Oh yeah, no. Hi, so you're pregnant in China as a foreign person and you're wondering what that's like. You're welcome to this video. Or you're not pregnant, you're not even in China, okay, but you're just curious to know what it's like being a black person and being pregnant in China. You're welcome as well. Okay, so in this video today we're going to be talking about what it really is like being black and pregnant, or basically just being a foreigner and pregnant in China. Okay, so if that's something you're interested in, then definitely keep on watching. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Gloria. If this is your first time coming across this face, okay, and yeah, I'm currently living in China and I just had a baby 2 months ago. So in this video today I'm just going to be telling you guys what it was like being pregnant here in China. Okay, you guys, I have my notes. I actually wrote down the things we're going to be talking about because you guys know every time I bring out my notes we're about to get serious. So today we're just going to be covering some topics. Okay, we're going to be talking about the cost implication of being pregnant in China. We're going to be talking about the way people see, the way Chinese people relate with you, the hospital care, or you know, how the hospital takes care of you, prenatals and all of that. And we're just going to be talking about basically what it's like being pregnant in China, of course from my perspective. So yeah, I hope you guys get to enjoy this video. Please don't forget to subscribe if you've not yet done that. Feel free to check out my other content. Okay, first things first, talking about the cost implication of being pregnant in China. Okay, now I think I should just put it out there that being pregnant in China is not a bad experience. Okay, generally it wasn't a bad experience for me, but your pockets go here and okay, your pocket's gonna hear it. It's not very cost friendly, honestly. Being like having a baby in China, it's not very cost friendly. Okay, you spend quite a reasonable amount of money during the period of the pregnancy. You go for doctor's visits, you know, the normal prenatal checkups and all of that, and you pay a fee, you know, like what is it called, like the fee to see the doctor. Okay, that's like 12 yuan, a standard price of 12 yuan. You pay that every single time you come to the hospital. Then depending on what you do, if you have something going wrong with the pregnancy, they have to check you for further things. That just depends on, you know, the amount you're going to pay. For me, glory be to God, I had a very easy pregnancy. I didn't have any illness, or I didn't have any sudden things come up that I needed to be treated for, you know. Otherwise that would have cost me even more money. Do you understand? So I think the cost during the pregnancy, it depends on the type of pregnancy you have. I know some people have like low risk pregnancies, some people have medium risk, some people have high risk pregnancies. Okay, some people have different diseases, gestational diabetes and all of that. So I think the cost during the pregnancy actually depends on what kind of pregnancy you're carrying. Okay, now the costs during delivery, that one anyway, I think it also depends on the method of delivery you had. If you had a C-section, of course it's more expensive than a vaginal delivery. I had a vaginal delivery, but because of some situations that led up to my delivery, I did have to spend quite an amount of time in the hospital, and so that's increased my the money I paid, okay, for giving birth. All in all, I think we might have spent somewhere around, my baby's crying, be right back. So as I was saying, for the cost implication actually depends on what kind of pregnancy you had. Honestly, I did spend a few days in the hospital before I gave birth, about a week, and then I spent about 3 days after I gave birth. So I think in the end we paid somewhere around 12,000 RMB, China currency, 12,000. I'm gonna put that up, plus the equivalent, okay, on the screen. But I heard it's not supposed to be that much. Maybe if I didn't spend so much time in the hospital, it would have been less. But yeah, that was the amount I spent. And also, if you had a C-section, the price is also different. So I can't say what the price of the C-section will be right now, because I did not go through a C-section. Okay, so like I already said, during the pregnancy, it just depends on what you do. That notwithstanding, there are certain tests that you have to run during the course of the pregnancy. I think at some weeks, at 12 weeks, at 16 weeks, just at specific times, you have to run some tests, urinary tests, blood tests. Whew, you run a whole lot of blood tests. You check your blood pressure, you check your weight, you do all these things, okay, and you pay money for them. Okay, so yeah, those ones cost money during the course of the pregnancy. So the second thing we're going to be talking about is, yeah, how Chinese people see you, or how Chinese people relate to you, okay, as a pregnant black person. And honestly, you guys, you know the way Chinese people look at us funny, okay, look at black people. I mean, when Chinese people see a black person, it's like, ugh, you're a celebrity or something very different, okay. Do you want to know what gives you even more attention than just being a black person in China? You guessed it, being black and pregnant in China. Okay, these people literally see you and they act as if they've seen a ghost. Like when I was in my third trimester, or like, yeah, third trimester, like when my belly was out there and all of that, Chinese people will look at you like they will so stare, you know. You think you've gotten used to their stares. Wait till you're pregnant. It's like they want to stare at you till you fall down. Like, it gets so embarrassing and so tiring. Like, you literally walk into a store and everybody drops what they're doing and they're just looking at you. Like, sometimes the way they look at us, it's as if to say they're thinking, oh, so these people, this is how they look when they're pregnant. Or, oh, so these people, sometimes I was even wondering, do they think maybe we don't get pregnant the same way they get pregnant? Maybe they think maybe when we're pregnant we carry our babies on our head or something. I don't know, because the way they're looking at you is like they've never seen someone with a big belly before. And I'm like, hello, everybody gives birth the same way, okay? You know, these people, they just have so many imagination and so many different ideologies about black people, okay? So I don't just know what they're thinking, okay? But they honestly just find it really fascinating to see a black person who is pregnant. And quite honestly, I think most of the time it's annoying, because they just look at you so much. And they don't just look at you, they try to touch your belly, they try to touch you, they try to ask you questions, and it gets really tiring sometimes, honestly. Especially with the touching of the belly when you go to the market. All those old women in the market, they're just like, oh, look at your belly, it's so round, I bet it's a boy. Or they'll say something like, oh, how far are you gone? And maybe when you say 6 months, you're like, 6 months? Your stomach is so big, it looks like you're gonna give birth tomorrow. I'm like, yeah, we have bigger tummies, get used to it. Okay, honestly, they ask so many questions. They always wanted to touch my stomach and be like, oh, is it a boy or a girl? How far gone are you? And then they ask you, oh, so are you gonna give birth here in China, or are you going to go back to your country? I don't know if they used to think maybe we can't give birth in China or something. And then the next thing they'll ask me is your child going to be a Chinese citizen, or is he going to have a Chinese passport? I'm like, no, he's not going to be a Chinese citizen. He's going to be my country's citizen, okay? Like, apart from the fact that they stare at you so much, sometimes, some of them are nice. Some of them can be actually nice. Like, I think she's enjoying me talking. She's just quiet. Some of them are actually nice, like they're genuinely interested to know, but some of them are just, it's just obvious that they're poke nosing. Okay, they're just doing a Siri. Another thing is the fact that they also try to help you how they can. As a pregnant person, Chinese people actually have this law that says help the pregnant, the aged, and children. Okay, when you like get on the bus or get on the train, there's always this sound, there's always this voice, like the voice over the speaker, kind of like the voice that tells you where you're going and tells you the address. It will always say something at the end of its speech, and that's like Chinge Lao Yo Bing Tai Yun. Like it's like saying please give preference to the old, the young, and the pregnant. Okay, it's just like your responsibility to society is like to help all these people. Okay, so sometimes when I get on the train, with my big belly, some of them just get up when there's no seat on the train. What's the matter? Don't cry, mommy. Okay, mommy.
A few moments later.
As I was saying, some of them are nice enough to just get up and let me sit down and all of that. And also when I go to get something done, like I remember a time when we had to go do coronavirus test. There was a very long queue, like very, very extremely long. And so because I was pregnant, they were just like, oh, okay, this lady's pregnant, let her go to the front and get her test done first so she can go home. Okay, that was very sweet. Pregnancy privileges. I enjoyed my fair share. Okay. So, but the funny thing is, it doesn't happen all the time. There's this one scenario that happened one time. My husband and I, we got on the train. I think we're going for a hospital appointment. Okay, and I was in the last trimester. My tummy was huge. Okay. And we got on the train one early morning, the morning hustle and bustle of going to work, and so the train was full. Okay, and then we got on the train. That day was not my lucky day, you guys. Everybody pretty much just carried their phone, and nobody stood up for me to sit down. I felt so disappointed. Honestly, these people used to touch their head. Like, nobody even answered me. Everybody was just doing their own. And, like, some people looked up. They saw me, obviously. But it just wasn't their problem. They couldn't be disturbed, okay? So, I think you can get lucky, actually, to get them to stand up for you and all of that. But, that's that. Another annoying part about the way they behave is the fact that they try to take pictures of you a lot. I mean, they try to take pictures of us without our knowledge, of course, on a regular day. Okay, just the fact that you're black, you are something interesting enough to be taken a picture of. But with me being pregnant, it was worse. Like, it was way worse. I would literally be walking on the street and someone is coming in the opposite direction, and the next thing they do is, I'm just like, dude, are you for real? Are you for real? They did this a lot. Some days I will let it slide. Some days when I just couldn't be bothered, I will let it slide. Some other days, you guys know pregnancy hormones. They are not to be joked with, okay? On some other days, when my head is hot, I'll literally walk up to them and be like, you just took my picture, delete it now. There was even one that happened. I was with my husband. That day, my husband was like, hey, this woman. We wanted to go when the train station. We wanted to go get on the train. So immediately we came out of the step to wait for the train to arrive. And then this man who was really sitting down there waiting for the train, he was old. He wasn't very old, but he was an elderly man. He pretty much just brought out his phone. Like, when he saw me, the moment he saw me, like, these people, they are so quick. Like, they just act so weird. He just brought out his phone very quickly and hands shaking to take a picture of me. And I caught him on the spot. Like, immediately he brought out his phone, my eyes went to him and I saw him. And immediately I saw him, the way I rushed him, I was like, Nigga, power the job and she Nigga, what channel? Quite get what channel? Nigga, can't show like. I just him. I was like, you just took a picture picture of me. I know you took my picture. Open your phone now and delete that picture. That day I was angry. It was so funny. If you see the way I was chancing him, you will pity the man. He was like, I didn't take your picture. I said, you took my picture. Open your phone. He was like, he opened his phone and then he opened his WeChat. He was like, I'm chatting with my wife. What I get, what I was like, no, go to your gallery. You took my picture. He now opened. I told him, open your gallery. Open your gallery. You guys, it was not funny that day. I open your gallery. He now opened it. It now happened that the picture he took, because of the way I rushed him, he wasn't able to take a very good picture. The picture was now, the picture was now blurred. I told him, "Get what, Shanda? Delete it now." He now deleted it. I was like, nonsense. And I went. That day, my husband was like, hey, this woman today, this man really provoke you. That day, I said, no, this nonsense is too much. Another day again like that. This one, I was on a bicycle, okay, because I was pretty strong during my pregnancy, so I was still riding bicycle even when my tummy was like huge. So I think it was in my last trimester, okay, we were going somewhere, so my husband and I decided to just ride bicycle because it was very close. So I was just on my bicycle riding my thing jelly. This stupid man now brought out his phone and took a picture of me. I was so mad. God, I was so mad, you guys. But because I was on the bicycle, like, he just took a picture of me as I was riding across him, okay. So the effort to come down from the bicycle and go and chance him, I just did not have it that day. I just let it slide. But I was so mad. Honestly, it really got me pissed off. But that's just one of the things you are going to face, okay. The stairs are just too much, and the annoying picture taking, it's just too much, okay. I don't even know the solution. That one does not have any solution. You just have to tell yourself that, okay, just let these people be. If you have strength like me, the day you have strength, you can chance them, but you can't really chance them if you don't speak Chinese. Or you can even still chance them if you're sure the person took your picture. You can go and tell them, open your phone, open your gallery, delete my picture. Because sometimes when they take these pictures of us, you don't even know where they're going to take it to. Sometimes they just put it up on their WeChat with stupid captions and all of that, and your picture is just circulating in their internet without you even knowing, okay. So sometimes I really don't like it. I really don't like them taking my picture, okay. So but that's just something they are going to do. That's just something you have to be prepared for, okay. Now we're going to be talking about what the hospital is like, the hospital appointments, and checkups and all of that. Now I'd like to commend the system, that actually their hospital system is actually very good, okay. They do a lot of checkups. I gave birth at Gulo Hospital. It's a very big, it's a government hospital here in Nanjing City. Okay, it's a very big hospital, and I think their services are quite good. Okay, they take care of you very well. They do all the necessary checks and all of that. But the thing is that here in China, actually, there's nothing like personal gynecologist, so there's not like personal doctor. Because I know in other countries, okay, you have like a personal gyna who you can call in case you're having some symptoms or in case your body is doing you somehow. Nothing like that. At least nothing like that in my own hospital. A friend of mine that gave birth in another hospital told me that in her last trimester, that was when I think around 34 or 35 weeks, that was when they assigned her a personal gynecologist, okay, a personal doctor. Me, I was waiting for them to assign me personal doctor. Nothing like that. So you literally have no one to talk to about anything, okay. Or like if you have any question, you must come to the hospital, get the card, and apply to see a doctor, which I found very tiring, okay. I mean, you should have someone that you can talk to if something happens, if you're feeling some type of way and things like that. But there's nothing here, okay. I think it's because of the fact that the Chinese population is just too freaking much for them to start appointing personal doctors to each and everyone, okay. Those doctors, they're not going to have any time to themselves. Let's face the facts, okay. So a lot of people, you just come to the hospital and get your checkups done. A normal checkup day would be like this. I will just go to the hospital, book to see a doctor, or I'll get my blood I'll get my blood pressure checked, I'll get my weight checked. They did check my weight at the beginning of my pregnancy and say I was overweight. But if you ask me, I wasn't overweight. It's just that Chinese people, they don't weigh a lot. Okay, you know, they have smallish bodies and all of that. So their weight is normally around 40 something, 50 self. The person is heavy. But me, before pregnancy, my pre-pregnancy weight was 69. Okay. So when I was now pregnant, when I was about 3 months or 4 months pregnant and I was weighing 72, they were telling me you are overweight. I'm just like, I just added 3 kg for goodness sake. My weight was not, you know, but they've said I was overweight. Okay, so they put me in the, I think they gave me a yellow, or is it orange stripe. I think these are like just to talk about high risk, medium risk and all of that. But my own was just overweight. It wasn't any other case or any other problem. So they always had me checking my weight, and they told me you can't add more than 0.5 kg in 2 weeks and all of that. So after you check your weight, you go and check your teen hygiene, like listen to the baby's heartbeat. Okay, they listen to the baby's heartbeat. Yeah. So then after that, you take your results and you go and see the doctor. The doctor goes through your results and they tell you, okay, everything is fine or something is wrong. Like for example, my weight issue, they actually figured out that, okay, your weight seems to be on the high side, so you shouldn't eat too much. You should eat less carbs, eat less this and that and all of that. And then the doctor will give you the next date for your next appointment, for your next antenatal. Okay. Another interesting thing about being a foreigner and being pregnant in China is that you don't just get a lot of attention in the outside world. You get a lot of attention in the hospital. Okay. There is this machine. The hospital system in China is very electronic, if I can say that. Everything goes by computer. Okay, everything is by system. So when you apply to see the doctor, when it's your turn, the machine calls out your name. So nobody can go in before anybody, or nobody can jump the line or things like that. The moment you come and you apply to see the doctor, the machine takes up your name. And this is funny, because their names are Chinese, right? The machine just calls, let's say for example, Shumishu, Qingjin, Ahao, Jiaoshi, Jiujin. Okay, not Jiaoshi. Jiaoshi is classroom. Like, go into the doctor's office, go into blah blah blah's office, okay, and see the doctor. But when it comes to us, the machine cannot pronounce Gloria. The next thing you hear is UGU, AGU, GLORIA, IFEOMA. The moment, and the machine is very loud, like it's on speaker, so everybody is hearing it. Okay, so the moment the machine starts doing that, everybody starts looking around like, who is that foreigner? Who is that foreigner that is here? Okay, because they know it cannot be a Chinese. The very first time I had this, the reason I'm mentioning this is because it takes you aback. Like, you get taken aback the first time you experience it. So you should be aware, okay? Just be prepared for that. They literally just calls out the alphabet of your name, like UJ. My name is Ujuagu Gloria Ifoma, okay? And it will call all of it. And because it's calling it one by one, it will call it for a long time. Even when you have entered the office, it is still calling. And then everybody will just know there's a foreigner. And then, because of course they're fascinated by foreigners who are pregnant, they will just look up like, oh. And then when you're passing, they'll follow you with your eyes until you enter the doctor's office. Anyways, after the first few times, I became used to it, okay? So I'm always attentive for my number, because there are always a lot of people. Like, the waiting hall is always crowded with pregnant women. You guys, honestly, you know, they say China has a lot of population, but you don't really get it until you are in a place like maybe the subway during rush hour, like in the morning or evening, during closing hour, or in the hospital, or in a place, just a place where people come, okay? These people are a lot. So there are usually a lot of people in the waiting room, okay? So when I always just look out for my name, because before the machine calls your name will pop up on the screen, and then the machine will start reading it out. So when you like see my name pop up, I'm already standing up and carrying my kaya to enter into the hospital, because the next thing you hear is UJUAGU blah blah blah, and then everybody will start turning around to look at you. But before they turn around, I'm already far gone. Now, finally, for the delivery aspect, I also like to commend them that their delivery aspect is also very good. Okay, they take very good care of you. They take very good care of you. They always check for everything. Okay, like they always plan for everything. Let me put it that way. They hardly there's anything, they don't leave any holes unattended to, or they don't leave any loophole and things like that. They always plan for everything and every circumstance that might arise. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about my pregnancy story in detail in another video, where I'm going to talk about my pregnancy story basically, and then the birth vlog is also going to go up. But I think for the delivery they did a pretty good job. And yeah, but of course, like I said, it's your money. Okay, they're gonna take your money for vanishing. They're going to check you very well, they're going to treat you very well, but it's also going to cost you quite a lot of money. Yeah, I think I've talked about everything I wanted to talk about in this video. If there's anything you guys would like to know that you feel I did not mention, please let me know. Okay, ask your questions in the comments. I'm going to try my best to answer them. Hi guys, this is Future Gloria from the editing room. I realized there were a few points I didn't mention in this video, so I will be including it in my next video. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys found it helpful. Okay, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you've not. Okay, also share this video to people who you think might need it. That's it, you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye guys.